Deal Surgeons, Elite Masterminds, what's going on? This is Diamond Life, and I'm doing a win review on US 30, okay? So let me go ahead and take off the annotations. This is the daily chart, okay? So let me take off the annotations, hide here, hide the drawings, and let's go ahead and cook, okay? Now, you have to understand the ICT daily bias. I don't know if this is an ICT thing, but he taught me how to do it through one of his students, okay? Now, here's the thing. What I'm about to show you right now, which you'll be seeing a lot, I never really used this. Like, for instance, if I knew price had to go higher, I would have looked at this daily. I would look at this bullish order block down here and see how price closed into this candle here. This one here, it would have told me if price was going higher or lower. Okay, like for instance, when price closed into this candle, based on the way it closed, I knew that it would have to go higher based on the way this bullish candle closed into this candle, because this is a bullish order block. Okay. So let's go ahead and explain it. So based on the way this candle closed, it closed below mean threshold, which is 50% of this candle here. Okay. So usually the next candle is going to go lower. So you have to understand candlestick analysis. You have to understand the structure. This is 50% of this bullish order block, this candle here. So that means that price wants to reach for 75% of this candle. If you broke this candle up into fours, okay, this would be 0%, 25%, 50%, 75%, and then 100% down here, okay? So if you understand how the structure works, once it closes below mean threshold on a bullish order block, that means it's going to reach for the 75% level, if not damn near the rejection block level, which is down here. Okay, so as you can see, it closed below mean threshold, which it did here. And then when price opened up right here on this white candle, it kept pushing down. It pushed down to the 75% level in reverse, folks. You have to understand the power standard deviations. It's four standard deviations: 0%, 25%, 50, 75, and 100. Now, let's go to the next candle. Okay, so understanding that price did not reach for this rejection block down here, I understood price was going higher. So what's the draw on liquidity for the next day? It's here. Okay, so let's go to the next candle. Now, what I'm specifically talking about is scalping right now. I'm not talking about, holding for price to come up to here, which is a bearish order block. This actually would be the next target. Because this low right here is very, very sensitive. The middle is very, very sensitive, which is constant encroachment, and then the opening price of this bearish order block, okay? But I'm specifically talking about, where's the draw on liquidity at? It's at the high up here, okay? Let's go to the next candle. So based on what I'm seeing now, this low should not be taken. It should close here. It should come down to maybe 50% or 25% of this body and go higher. Okay, but I'm specifically talking about coming up to that high, the opening price, the high up there of the previous day. So let's go to the next candle. Okay, now the video I'm just doing a little bit of back testing, but the video I'm doing this about is this candle here, because this was yesterday. This was Thursday. Today is Friday. So I'm about to explain market structure to you, right? Because somebody tried to call me a pattern trader. Like I told people on the other goddamn video, you've barking up the wrong goddamn tree. I listen to ICT all day. I'm the real one out here. I'm not one of these people out here. Like, some people think they willing to die for it. Some people think they serious until they run into somebody who really is different levels of being serious. I'm not saying you're not serious or you wasn't serious in the past, but it's different levels to this shit. Okay, so anyway, seeing that this candle closed like this is mean threshold. This is the bearish order block right here. This white candle, this is a bearish order block. Me understanding the structure, I said, okay, well, the draw on liquidity is this high up here, even though it's extremely small. I said, well, what is price going to do on the next candle? I said, you know what? Understanding how the structure works, if we get a huge ass candle like this, you may want to take notes, especially for the newbies. Somebody told me this my second, third month in the game, and it really helped me out to this day. If you have a huge candle like this, price usually will give you 50. You need to write this down. If you have a huge ass candle like this, whether it's bullish or bearish, price will usually give you 50% of that range before it reverses. So what I mean by that, the range is up here. This is the high and this is the low. This is crazy, because and you're going to see when we go down to the 5-minute chart, when I turn on the annotations, I literally put a buy limit at 50% because I understand the structure, right? I put 50% buy limit on a 25% standard deviation And I was in drawdown as price kept going down. But then when it hit 50%, it did what? Reversed. It reversed to what? The draw on liquidity, which was up here, the wick high. Now, remember what I just told you. I'm about to turn on the annotations. And we're about to go down to the 5-minute chart, okay? So let me turn back on the annotations. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Appreciate you guys watching the video. I think about you all the time, and I'm just trying to make sure I'm creating content that's valuable to you. Even though I do go on a rant sometimes, I curse sometimes. I'm just real passionate about this. I just want to show people that they can use me as a real source of knowledge until you can get it on your own. You still have to watch other people's videos because I have to do that shit. So I understand. Okay, so show indicators. Show the no indicators here, but show the drawings. Okay, so now we're about to go on to the 5-minute chart. Okay, I just want to show you. So now I'm on the 5-minute chart. About to put you on game real quick. Let me go ahead and lock the drawings. 5-minute chart. So what do we see here? Now remember I'm sorry. Let me show you the let me go back to the daily chart. Sorry. Let me go to the next day's candle and show you exactly what happened. Sorry about that. It's not going to be a long video. Let me hide the drawings one more time. Okay, let me just show the next candle and then I'll go back down to the 5-minute chart, okay? Okay, so remember, we had this huge candle here. I just told you that you need to write down. If you don't, that's on you. You didn't want to go and be confused in the future. I just told you, if price gives you a huge ass candle like this, whether it's bullish or bearish, you can bet on price coming down to 50%. See, I understand the structure. So what happened on the next candle? It came down to where? Exactly 50%. Now, I'm about to show you down here on the 5-minute chart when we turn on annotations. I had an alert up here. Because remember, price could have opened up and just went up here and took this high. It could have went up here, went up and then went down and then went back up and closed up here. But I was like, nope, that's probably not going to happen. I said, this is too big of a candle. Price is probably going to retrace down to 50% or lower and then reverse and go higher to go to the drawn liquidity, which is up here. So what happened on this candle here, price opened. Did it gap up? Looked like it may have been some kind of gap. Price opened, it went all the way down to 50%, right? You see that, right? Isn't that 50% of this huge ass white candle right here? It went down to 50%, reversed, and went right to the drawn liquidity, which is where I knew price would be anyway. So let me talk about this real quick. I forgot. I'm glad I went back to this. The drawn liquidity, why did I know the drawn liquidity was up here? Because the way price closed above this candle. Okay, if price can't close above the candle usually the next day, like for instance, if price came all the way up here and then closed down here below the high up here, then it'll probably be a reversal candle. Price would have probably retraced up to about 50% or 25% of that long wick. I'm saying if this was a long wick right here and price closed down here and it was a bearish candle, the way it would work is because it failed to close above this wick right here, the drawn liquidity would be down here. It would be the low down here if the candle closed that way, but it went all the way bearish, okay? I don't know if that made sense, but if you keep watching the video over and over again, you'll get it. So I had an alert up here that if price took this high up here, then my trade would no longer be, well, I'm not going to say my trade would no longer be invalid, but I thought price would go down first. So if I would have got an alert up here, like price would have took the high up here first, then I still knew price would have had to come down to 25% of this body or 50% before it reversed to go higher, or before it went lower, okay? So let's go to the next candle, then I'm going to go down to the 5-minute chart, then I'll end the video. So like I said, price opened up on this candle, went all the way down to 50%. Like I just told you, I had a buy limit at 25%, 50%. Stop loss was down here, okay? I was willing to get stopped out, but guess what? I had an alert right here. I had an alert right before. You should always have an alert before you get to your stop loss because sometimes the broker will open up the spread and take you out. You'll be like, hold on, why did my stop loss hit 20 points, 30 points, 50 points before my stop loss? Because the broker could open up the spread on your ass. Okay? That's how they steal money from you. I don't look at this shit as somebody is on the other side of my trade. I'm going to have to do a psychology call about this. I don't look at it like when I make money, somebody else lose money. I guess that's the truth. But I look at it like I'm trading against a broker. That's the way I look at it because the broker got all kinds of tricks to get money out of you. You guys know when you try to do a withdrawal, what do the broker do? They say, hey, they offer you money to keep the money inside of the account. Why? Because they know most people lose. You guys better wake up. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn on the annotations. Okay, and then I'll end the video. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, okay? So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Okay, so here's the draw on liquidity. Okay, so look at the bottom down there. This is Friday. Remember that candle closed on Thursday. Okay, so let's go over here. Hold on. Actually, let me go down to the 1 hour chart so it can look a little cleaner. Look a little cleaner. I had a line for Thursday. Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if you guys understand how this works, if you don't have a notification in your phone that a new candle forms on a daily chart for Forex, crypto, or indices, you crazy. If you don't have every time a new candle forms on a daily chart for indices, crypto, and Forex, I get a notification like a new candle just formed on a daily chart. You guys have to know that. So this is Thursday. Every day at 5 p.m., a new candle forms on a daily chart. So I had an alert. So this is Friday. This is Thursday. So what did price do? Remember the drawn liquidity was up here, that red line. Soon as price opened at 1800, it did not take the high up here. It opened, went down. Okay. It fell. I knew price would not take this. To be honest with you, I knew price was going to take this high up here. The drawn liquidity was the previous day's high, which is Thursday's high up here. I knew it would fake out right here and come up here. I could have went short, but I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to, that would have been gambling, even though I know price I didn't really know, but I assumed. That's why you see buy limits down here. Where's my mouse? That's why you see buy limits down here, because I assumed that price had to come down to this buy limit. So this is 25% level of a standard deviation, meaning I marked up the highest high and the lowest low of Thursday's range, and then it showed me standard deviations. This is 25%, and this is 50%. So at 25%, I put a buy limit on at 0.50. So I was in drawdown. I saw price, being in drawdown. I was like, okay, cool. Well, it's probably going to reverse at 50%. This is exactly 50% of that range. And then I had 2 lots on down here. Look at this. I had an alert here, because remember, I got 2 lots on. I got heavy leverage on. I don't want to, usually price will reverse at 50%, but we already know price could have came down to 61.8. Okay. And so I had this down here, 61.8 was right here where my alert is. But this is like 70.5 level or at 80% level. So I was willing to get stopped out and lose money. But I had always put an alert before it gets to your stop loss, just so the alert is just like, okay, you can do a manual close and just take a loss without losing a whole lot of money. If it came down here, you're still going to take a loss, but it's less of a loss. So what I'm trying to tell you is that when that candle closed on Thursday, like you saw in that big white candle, I put a buy limit at 25% of the range. I just told you, when you see a huge candle, like I just showed you on a daily chart, prices will give you about 50% of that range before it reverses. Price came down to 50%, which is exactly right here. And what did it do? It reversed. I hope somebody wrote that down. Anyway. So then it came up here to the draw on liquidity, and it was just beautiful. I just seen it just clip right here. I got in on the buy limit, 2.5 lots, and I just got out right there. I mean, it could go all the way up here. I have areas up here where price could continue to go, and I'll just show this now in the video. We had a wick to the left over here on the daily chart. So what I did was, we had a wick on the daily chart. So what I did was I